Hi, my name is Jack White, and I'm doing a whiskey tour. And one of the main points about this topic is why water can help make whiskey taste better. And I'm going to explain to you why. First, we have to start with the chemical makeup of whiskey. The chemical makeup is CH3OH, which you can see right here. There are aldehydes, alcohols, esters, and fatty acids. And most of these form during germination, which is allowing the grain to sit, and it gets turned, it gets rid of the carbon dioxide and heats it up so these things can form, and then this will help it in the next step. The two main ingredients in whiskey are ethyl alcohol, which is the main alcohol. Chemical formula for that is C2H5OH. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the OH part of the compound is water loving, while the rest of it is fat loving, meaning that it doesn't act like water, and it also doesn't act like alcohol, like an alcohol. So one of the main flavors is called guaiacol, and this happens after the whiskey is done sitting in a barrel. It can build up methanol, which is very bad for humans. It can cause eye irritation, skin irritation. It can cause respiratory issues. And so what whiskey makers do is they end up burning the barrels to get rid of this methanol. And it also helps the whiskey give some of its smoky taste or smoky flavor to it. It makes it taste better and more pure. So the main process is, the first step is malting, and this is letting the grain germinate, which we talked about before. And then you mash this grain and bring it to a steady boil, and this sets it up for fermentation, which is where live yeast is added to this flour mixture. And the yeast feeds on this flour mixture, and that produces alcohol. Then we go to the Then we go to the distilling phase, where only 68% of alcohol is used, and it goes to a spirit safe where it sits, and the alcohol is reduced to 63%. Then the worst part of the process, because it takes so long, is when it goes to a barrel and it sits in this is where you see it sits in a basement for years and years. But it goes into the same barrels that other scotches and other whiskeys have gone into, so this helps it give some of its crisp, pure taste. Now to the main point. So why does water help? The guaiacol, like we talked about earlier, what gives it most of its flavor, it sinks to the bottom. So when you add water, put some ice in it and mix it around, it helps spread that guaiacol around, which makes it, taste much better, much more pure, much more smoky, I guess, or however you like your whiskey. So that's why water helps. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions?